The definition of fun has changed. I used to distract myself with video games by watching thousands of entertainment YouTube videos and then staying on my device for almost the entirety of my awake time. And my mental health was that down bad that I couldn't just stay without devices. I knew that I was avoiding responsibility. And then, right now, I think about my dad's time. During my dad's time, they used to have no phones at all. They used to have one TV which they used to go to watch for one or two times a week. And then they used because of them having no phones during those days, they used to get really bored at home. Really bored. We have no experience of that, bro. Most of their life was spent outside. They used to play sports, they used to talk to each other, they used to do whatever they could so that they could spend the entire day without being bored. And now there has been a contrast. As technology evolved, right? That the definition of fun has changed. Now the fun that our generation is having is mostly on phones, on video games, on junk food, on every single thing. And because of that, I feel like that's how mental health is going down bad. So this addictive lifestyle of mine continued for 16 years. And then one moment happened. That moment, I'll I'll be honest. I'll get really emotional if I talk about it right now. So I saved it for my book because I'm gonna write it over there. Because of that moment made me realize that life is too short to be like this, bro. Seriously. Now coming to the main topic, why I'm actually writing a book right now. I've been really good at writing from lived experiences. And my experiences, right, they're very different from what modern culture encourages us to do. That's when I realized I should start doing something with this. And hence I started writing. From that moment onwards, I started focusing really hard on my studies, bro. That was that kind of change. I didn't expect it from myself, okay? From someone who was really lazy, that kind of change is monumental. I'm reflecting and laughing at the fact that that kind of change was even possible back then. I also worked on setting boundaries and then working on my social skills. And one thing that worked for my social skills is I used to do the countdown. I I literally used to count down before talking to a person. I used to say one, two, three, and then go straight to the person and start talking to them. I was that socially anxious also. And because of that, I feel like I'm a much better conversationalist now than I was before. Also, I used to ask random questions out of curiosity to other people. And because of that, I can have conversations with each and every person I talk to. I'm not even exaggerating, bro. For boundaries, you don't have to get all angry and arrogant and then say, don't do this, bro. It doesn't work that way. So instead, you could stay a little kind but firm. Firm in the sense if somebody tries to break your boundary, you just mention it. Mention it that that's not something you like. Let me give you an example. I am a very private person. So whenever there's an event that I get called for where there could be recording of people for the promotion of other social media accounts for example gym social media account, I don't like being in like those kind of recording frames because I feel very uncomfortable being in somebody else's camera rather than mine. And then if another person takes a picture of me, right, I don't like it at all because I don't like people having my photo in their phone without my consent. That's the reason I say to them, just delete it, please. Then over the years, people started noticing my changes. Had become more calm and I had had more clarity. And that's the reason why they started even talking to me without me ever actually talking to them. That in a way also kind of improved my confidence as well. I've also seen like many other self-help books. They're like kind of structured, kind of like authoritative. I'm not writing out of authoritative tone at all. I'm just like writing what I've lived through and then like give value from what I've learned. I was initially planning to write a book 10 years later, but then I realized the message which I'm sharing in my book needs to get out right now. That's the reason why I'm writing a book called Results-Based Magnetism. How I came up with the term of results-based magnetism is that if you like work on your goals, if you work on your purpose, if you work on your mission, then the magnetism meaning people will naturally come to you without you ever talking to them. As I mentioned earlier, the my change suddenly made people start conversations with me without ever trying to having even ever without ever trying to interact with them. It's very scary being a first time author. But then my close friends who read it saying that the book is going really well. That gave me a lot of confidence, bro. So I'll be sharing updates about my book whenever I want to, and I'll keep you guys in check on how it's going. This matters to me a lot, bro, because I don't want to have that same kind of regret and think that I've been wasting years after years after years where I could compound my results exponentially and not give in to pleasure, fake dopamine pleasures at all. I feel like I want to make an impact and be able to change people's lives through my book one day, hopefully. I just want to end this with one thing. I still want to go back to comfort at times, and sometimes it gets the better of me. But then I don't let that bother my mental health too much like I used to before. Until next time, peace out.